Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to, well, I guess it's week 26 now, right? But we're reflecting on week 25 of our Bible reading journey, and we just spent a good bit of time in the minor prophets.
We're rolling, kind of going right up to the end and about to hit the New Testament. But
So we should say they're minor prophets not because they're less important, they're just
Right.
short books, so it's an important thing to keep in mind. And so Bradley, as I was reading through these things, I just started making some notes.
Yeah.
So here's some themes that kind of came to me: judgment,
yeah,
destruction, woes, warning, like really heavy stuff.
Totally.
It feels almost oppressive. In the middle of all that, like one of my favorite Bible stories of all time, Jonah,
Yeah.
Jonah and the whale. I love that.
one of the best known
Exactly,
stories. Yeah,
exactly. Probably because when my kids were young, we watched the VeggieTales version of that like on repeat. Over
I
and
still
over
do
again.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really great story. But as I was looking at all those like heavy negative kind of connotations and those warnings that God's bringing to the people, what really struck me was it reads like a warning, but what it really is God saying, "Come back to me." No, don't do that. Come back to me. Oh, you're opposing my people. You're in trouble, right?
Right.
So he's warning the enemies too. But my people, God's people, come back to me. You know. So it's a warning, but the heart of it is a loving God who's
Yeah.
trying to call his people back.
It's almost like trying to flag everybody down.
Yeah.
Say, hey, look back at me. Come back to me. And I think that it's so cool to see that God is so merciful, so graceful. We see it in the story of Jonah where he relents.
Right.
And he knows that not too long after that, just a couple of books later, he will actually follow through with the destruction of Nineveh.
Yeah.
And but the Lord is just so graceful, so kind, so forgiving. And in the midst of him trying to get the attention of his people through these prophets, we see kind of the silver lining, the light at the end of the tunnel,
Right.
which is this prophecy that we find in Micah chapter 5, verse 2. I just want to read it. It says, "But you, O Bethlehem, who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose coming forth is from old, from ancient days." And I think about this prophecy right here. We hear Bethlehem. If you've been following along in the story, you know that a king comes from Bethlehem, which is David. But this is 300 years after David has passed away, has gone. And Micah talks about a new ruler coming to Israel. And this ruler is different. This ruler is not a new ruler in the sense of he comes from Bethlehem, but he's of ancient days. He's from the beginning. And he's pointing back to and pointing towards Jesus coming to be our salvation. As the Lord is flagging his people down, calling them to draw back to him, calling them to remove this sin, remove the things that are drawing them away from him. And he's trying to prevent the destruction, prevent the judgment, prevent the woes. He's pointing to Jesus, who we're going to see in a couple of books. We're seeing Jesus in the midst of these minor prophets. And it's so powerful to see that God made a way from the beginning, from ancient days. He made a way for us to come back to him. And it opened it up to not just his people, but all people.
You know, I read the Bible through every year. Well, at least for the past several years, I've made a commitment to do that. But this year, you know how you read it a lot, and every time you read it, something new comes out.
Right.
This year, in reading it with the church like this, I'm seeing more and more like God's rescue plan.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're reading the law, and I'm like, oh, this is heavy. This is tough. Can anybody, you're reading the stuff like we just read last week, all these warnings and stuff, and it seems so heavy. But this year, I'm seeing what you just talked about. Like, specific references to Messiah coming, but also like just the grand rescue plan. God is a just God. God is a loving God. Like he wants to make a way for his people to be in relationship with him.
Right.
And it's just really jumping off the page for me this year.
Yeah.
And maybe it is for you too. Maybe
Totally.
it is for everybody that's watching. Hope it is.
Yeah.
Got another week ahead of us. Got lots of weeks ahead of us.
Totally.
It's great joy to be on this journey. As you're reading scriptures with us, be looking for Jesus. Be looking for that rescue plan that God has placed in his scriptures for us to uncover. God bless. We'll see you next time.
We'd love for you to join us as we read through the entire Bible in 2026. To get started, visit mountparannorth.com/Bible, where you'll find the full reading plan and other resources. Or click the link in the description.